What's going on, Shady people? ShadyPenguinn here, bringing you another episode of our Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Let's Play. Before we get started, I would really appreciate if you guys could show some shady love to that like button right below this video, because this is going to be a very, very weird episode. You guys can see my hands are free because essentially, let me open this up so that the webcam's brighter. Essentially, I recorded this episode already, and my webcam software, which also records my commentary, decided to crash at the end. So you guys can see we had left off in the guild hall where we get flags, and we're just going to talk to a few people. Feel free to read the text right now while I explain what happened. My webcam software crashed, which means that we lost all my commentary and all my live webcam, which really, really stings because this is a really good episode. And trust me, it's really hard for me to just jump back on the horse and just get back into this, but we're going to continue. Last time we left off, we saw Steven just chilling, waiting for probably us, because he's kind of romantically involved with us, I think. I'm not really sure just yet, but kind of thinking he has a little crush on us the way he talks about our team and Pokemon nonsense. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to post-commentate an episode of an LP. I'm sure this has been done before, but we can see, we tried to talk to that chick, but Steven just interrupted us. It looks as though that Pokemon can be found on Route 120. That Pokemon. What Pokemon is he talking about? Is that Tornadus? Is it Tornadus? I want to go to the Fort Tree Gym, but something's blocking the way after all the bother I went through training my Pokemon on Route 120. So, this chick's been training on Route 120. I'm going to climb up here really quick, because I want to talk to this dude and see what's going on in this building before I do anything else. Sniff, you smell singed. Were you at a volcano or something? But I was at a volcano. And in here, by being together with Pokemon, people make more and more friends. And that brings the world closer together. I think it's wonderful. This guy made me mad. Go, Bird Pokemon. Bird Pokemon. You don't have a nickname for your Pokemon? You can't just call him a Wingle. You say Bird Pokemon. You're asking your Wingle to run errands for you, and you're laughing about it. I mean, my Bird Pokemon do my dirty work. Like, why? I don't understand. I didn't understand that. So, we're going to continue on. We're going to pop some wheelies, and we make it to Route 120. We see this Paracel lady. I actually called her Parcel Lady in the episode as well. I said, I'm Parcel Lady. And then she said, why am I carrying this Paracel? I'll tell you if you win against me. And I laughed about how it was Paracel instead of Parcel. I hate the fact that we lost our commentary, but I didn't want to just skip this episode because a couple important things happened in this episode, and I just don't want to miss it. So my opponent opened it with a Goldeen. I opened it with Majin, and I'm clearly outclassed here, but it's just typing. It's just typing. So we're going to stay in. We're going to go for Earth Power. In this episode, I learned, you'll see in a second, that Majin already is part ground, and I know I'm going to get torn up in the last two episodes because I mentioned the fact that Majin doesn't have Stab Earth Power yet, or Stab Ground type move. So, but then I said, whoa, that did a lot. You already Stab, and yes, you're Stab Ground, and I want to thank all of you guys for your lovely comments in correcting me and letting me know that Majin is indeed ground from birth, and I appreciate it because I love your comments no matter what they are. So, Horn Attack is going to go in. It's going to go in, but Rocky Helmet is going to go in as well, which just happens to work out perfectly, giving Numel the Rocky Helmet. Goldeen is going to fall to another Earth Power because it has like 7 HP left. Majin gains barely any experience, but wants to go out to Seeking, and we got to get the heck out of here and go into SMAUG, because there's no way I'm trying to stay in on a Seeking, because Seeking is power. Seeking is straight power. SMAUG jumps in, wanting to fight Clarissa, and Seeking is not going to appreciate this Mega Drain whatsoever. But I learned in this episode that Mega Drain's only base 40. Why am I still using it? Especially when I'm at full HP. I could have very easily one-shotted this thing with a Leaf Blade. Unfortunately, I don't even realize this now. I realized this later on. So I'm going to go for another Mega Drain as my opponent goes for a Fury Attack. Not only is Seeking going to go for a Fury Attack, but it's a freaking crit! It's a crit! Scores a crit! And it makes me sad, but it's fine because we'll be able to take out the Seeking on the next turn. I don't understand. You know what? I'm really grateful though, because I think this is the 18th episode or 17th, somewhere in that range. And to go this long without any problems with my luck, that's huge. That is awesome. It could be a lot worse. We know the King Nappy had to suffer without a suffer card. We had a capture card for a day or two. And that's really, really rough. But usually I have a lot of recording issues. So the fact that this was the first one and the first time it happened, I am a little shocked about that. But I'm also extremely grateful. So hopefully this is the only time we encounter an error in this LP, and this will be the only post-commentated episode. I saved at the end of this episode. You'll see I saved. Otherwise, I would have just re-recorded the whole episode live. Unfortunately, that is not an option, so this was the best thing I could do. I decided to come up here, cut some trees, because who doesn't love cut? And I found a rare candy, which is freaking fantastic, because I realized, hey, we almost have a Sceptile. So I want to use this rare candy on my Sceptile, because he's level 33, he's only 3 levels away from turning into, I'm sorry, not my Sceptile, my Grovyle. But then before I use it, I'm like, let me check how much experience he needs, because I don't want to waste the rare candy if he only needs a couple hundred or just like one battle. So I check, turns out he actually only needs 274 experience. So we get the heck out of here, not trying to waste the rare candy on 274 experience. I can get that from talking to my mom in the afternoon. That's not a big deal to get. We're going to continue on Route 120 because we know that Steven is waiting for us. We're going to pop wheelies. Wheelies and Hoenn. Seriously, for realsies. I'm confused. Oh, a Lanoon. Do we care? We don't, actually, surprisingly enough. We're going to go all the way back over here. We look for stairs. We find stairs. We see an item. We grab an item. It's actually a nest ball. That's neither here nor there, in my opinion. So let's get back up, go through the grass. We learned that we can ride through the grass with our bike. For some reason, I thought I couldn't, but we see Steven on this bridge. And here we go, back with Steven. Shady, so we meet again. How has it been? Have you been wisely using the Mega Bracelet? I suppose I needn't even ask, though. Not when it comes to you and your team. Actually, I've only used it once, so... I wonder, have you noticed? Thanks, Steven. There's something here you can't see. Now, if I were to use this device on the invisible obstacle... No. Rather than describing it, I should just show you. That should be more entertaining. Shady, are you and your Pokemon ready for a battle? Good. In that case, I want you to take this. Try it on. I'm sure it will fit you. So he's going to give us another, he gave us the bracelet. He's letting us use this amazing Devon Scope. The way it looks so sick. You just slide it on, and it's just like binoculars, and that's exactly what it was depicted as in the original game. The item was little binoculars, but it looks so much cooler now, seeing the full model of it actually being used on your character. So a wild Kecleon is going to appear, and at first I thought about, hey, let me try to catch this thing. So let's go for a Mega Drain, nice and weak. But then we see the color change, which is Kecleon's original ability, which is going to turn him into a grass type, which means we're going to have to cut him down to size. We're going to have to go and pretend he's a tree and cut him down. He goes for the Psybeam, which honestly is just a milkshake for Smaug the Dragon. He just drinks that up every morning. He sits down, has a vanilla milkshake. It's really a Psybeam. It's fantastic. So we're going to use the cut. Color change is going to transform him back into normal type. And here is when I find out how much stronger Leaf Blade is. Because he goes for an Ancient Power, and he gets all the boosts. So I figure, I know Leaf Blade's a little stronger. Let's go for it. And he got the defense boost. It's not going to kill. Just freaking kidding! He's dead because Leaf Blade is like base 80 or something. We are going to gain enough experience to go up to level 34, which is fan-freaking-tastic in my opinion. Just incredible. Just as I expected. That's called a Devon Scope. It's a fantastic piece of tech that lets you see Pokemon in hiding. Consider it a gift from me. Take it. Another free thing from Steven. He's so generous. He is so generous. And one more thing. That's right, we grabbed the Sceptile from Steven on the bridge on Route 120. This stone ranks as one of my top 5 favorite stones in existence. I have no doubt that your Pokemon will like it too. You know, Shady, I like to see trainers and Pokemon who are trying their best. That's why I like you so much. See? Romance. It seemed as though something from just shone for a moment from your bag. I'm sure I sensed the power. A meteorite? No, it couldn't be. Let's meet again someday. Shady. So Steven goes gallivanting home. I think in the original version they actually show him fly, which I kind of wish they had done as well. I would have loved to have seen like even if Lottie, one of the Lotties just came and scooped him up, or if he just, you know, just hopped on a bird and flew, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna go ahead and check. We kind of want to use the, I don't know, what were we checking for? We were healing up. We were healing up our Smaug because that battle with Kecleon was actually a little rough. And we're going to challenge Birdkeeper Robert, not realizing that he's a bird keeper, and we're trying to train Smaug up just so we can see Mega Sceptile. That's literally my goal right now. Let's give Smaug a level just so we can see a Mega Sceptile in this episode. So I'm going to go for a cut. Swablu's going to, unfortunately, take it rather well and goes for a Cotton Guard. So I said, ha! You're right, am I staying in? You think I'm staying in? You're a funny guy. You must tell jokes. You on Comedy Central? You sound hilarious. So we're going to switch right out into... We actually decided to go into based because Cotton Guard is something scary. I'm not trying to let Majin try to take out a Swablu. We don't really think it can. So let's go into base. Base is going to have to eat up a mirror move, and it fails because we didn't do anything. Now I see mirror move, though. I'm a little nervous. We're going to go for the water pulse regardless, really hoping we can snag a confusion, which we do snag, and we're praying that this bird just hits itself in the beak, but it doesn't. It goes for a takedown and misses. So we're getting all kinds of luck. When Base hits the field, Base does not care. Just goes in, does what he's got to do, 1, 2, 3. I love it. I love it so much. Something I forgot to do when doing this commentary was an audio sync. So I'm really hoping that we can somehow manage to sync this audio up, no problem. Let's see. Swablu goes down. It's a crit! It was a crit. It happened fast, but it was a useless crit, mind you. Majin grows to level 29. Majin wants to learn Curse. Majin has Simple. I think long and hard about this. I really do. And then I decide, I don't need Tackle. Let's just take the Curse. Let's just take the Curse. In case it ever comes to a point where we want to use it, let's go ahead and take it. So we're going to forget Tackle and learn Curse. I know that, what do you call it? Camerupt forgets Simple. It doesn't have the Simple ability, unfortunately. That would be incredible if it had the Simple ability. So we still do not have enough to evolve our Sceptile into, or I'm sorry, evolve our Grovyle into a Sceptile. We find a Revive in the grass, which is always fun when you find free items. So we decide we do have to train a little bit more. We have that rare candy, so I know that all I have to do is get to level 35. That's all I have to do. So I'm going to pop some wheelies in Hoenn, and I'm going to head down actually past where we met Steven. I'm going to go across the bridge and kind of proceed further, deciding, you know what, I know there's got to be some trainers over there. Let's go ahead and snag some solid experience from this bird keeper. Unfortunately, though, like I just said, it's a bird keeper, which means that Smaug is not going to want to battle it. It's just, there's so many birds flying around Hoenn, and it's not something I want to deal with. It's not something I want to deal with at all. Why would I want to see all of these birds battling me when I'm trying to train up a grass type? I'm trying to train up a grass type. Not going to happen. So we're going to go into Metang because it's pretty much the best thing we can do. My nose is so itchy. Oh, why are you so itchy? I'm going into my shiny, white, silver, whatever you want to call Metang, and Swallow goes for the double team. I don't understand. Let's try to hit it with the Zen Headbutt regardless. Air Release does nothing. We connect with our Zen Headbutt, so now there's high hopes for me. I'm like, you know what? Maybe we're not going to get stalled the crap out of thanks to this Swallow, but he goes for another double team. And now now is not a good time. I missed my Zen Headbutt and decide we got to bring out Base. We got to bring out Base. He's got the Keen Eye. You're not going to drop. It's fine. We can go ahead and kill this Swallow. What's a Water Pulse in the rain? It's a dead bird. That's what it is. So Swallow does go for an Aerial Ace. It's going to do 16 HP. Nothing crazy. Let's go ahead and go for the Water Pulse in the rain. Another Aerial Ace. This one does a bit more, it looks like. So we're going to be able to hopefully not... Come on, come on, come on. Knocks it out in the rain. Swallow goes down to that Water Pulse. Going to gain 1,000 experience. Metang gains 1,500. Metang is leveling up so fast because it's a gifted Pokemon, which means that it evolves it levels up faster. It gets that boosted experience. So we're going to go into Smaug on the Xatu just because we're really trying to get the most experience possible for Smaug. We just want to see Mega Sceptile. That's all we're trying to do right now. We're going to switch right back out into Base because we don't want this thing doing anything crazy. Wish. Really? Really? I already know that Base isn't going to OHKO, so I know that this Wish is going off. We're going to go for the Water Pulse. Even in the rain, I don't have any confidence in this one-hit KO. Ominous Wind looks fantastic, and we're going to stay and go for a Water Pulse. In the rain, less than half. Less than half. This bird, this psychic bird, is about to take Base down. I was hoping he'd go for another Wish. I didn't want to risk it. I wanted to go Water Pulse Quick Attack, but he just Pro Blade and he didn't Wish up. So now I decide, I'm not about this life. This is not the life I want to lead. This is not the legacy I want to leave for my children. Let's go ahead and pop the Xatu with an Iron Head. He goes for the Wish. The nerve of this guy. The absolute nerve of this bird keeper. Stick to keeping birds. Your Zatu's on the ground. You better run back to the Pokemon Center. I really wish that like some trainers like literally like got nervous after losing a battle and scurried off to the Pokemon Center. I really do wish. That'd be amazing because they white out. They have no Pokemon left. You knock out all their Pokemon. And I always hop away from my opponent. So go here and I'm like, oh, let me find another trainer. Ahead waits a natural labyrinth, far more fearsome than this route. I'm afraid I can't let you pass if you're not at least as strong as Fortree Gym Leader Wyona. So I realize that I can't do anything now. I'm not going to get my Mega Sceptile. There's only one way I can get my Mega Sceptile. And that's by training off wild Pokemon, which of course is a bore and a bother, but it's what we're going to have to do so that we can awaken SMAUG. SMAUG awakens. Post commentary. Title of this episode right there. Another Kecleon. SMAUG only needs a sliver of experience. So now I see, let's go for the Leaf Blade. Almost one-shots this Kecleon. I have a few levels on him, so I'm really surprised that it didn't one-shot, but apparently Kecleon has some natural bulk that SMAUG doesn't want to deal with. I'm going to go ahead and go for a quick attack. Even though I outspeed, we're just going to finish this guy up 1, 2, 3, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Kind of a habit of mine to go for the priority move even when I don't need to. We gain the level. And now, right now, go into your bag. You go into your bag, You go into your bag past me. You grab that rare candy. And just like I did when I live commentated it, let's watch as this beautiful thing happens. I've already seen this. But I don't care. It's still SMAUG. There he is in his glory, our starter Pokemon, fully realizing his potential as SMAUG. Woo! And SMAUG wants to learn Dual Chop. Heck yes! And this is where I realize Mega Drain, Dual Chop is base 40 physical. I have my attack and special attack are pretty close to each other. Mega Drain is only base 40. Let's go ahead and get rid of Mega Drain until we find Giga Drain at least. But now we have all physical attacks, so I do want to get rid of my Leaf Blade for a Giga Drain at some point and keep Dual Chop, because Dual Chop is so much better than Mega Drain. It hits twice with the base 40. So really it's base 80 if you think about it. It's really base 80. We throw the Mega Sceptile Light on him, or the Sceptile Light rather, on him. We wheelie our way back to Fortree. Never put the bike down. Never put the bike down. Don't let the front wheel touch the ground. Never put the bike down. We're going to hop up this ladder. We just got to go back to the Pokemon Center before I go ahead and... I decided in this episode I was going to go and do as much of the gym as possible. I don't want to gain too many levels now that I have my Mega Sceptile, but it still hasn't clicked yet that this is a flying type gym. This has not clicked in my mind. So I'm going to go into an experience of my box. I totally forgot to mention this. I mentioned it live, but we forgot to get Mallory. So we go ahead and we trade Serena for Mallory, level 29, sitting nice and pretty. I drop a Stylus. This is what happens when I'm not actively playing. I just scratched my toe. Well, we're going to heal up our Pokemon. We notice how that Great Ball just stands out among all the rest. We hope to see you again. Cheeky little nurse. Let's go ahead and we're going to hop right back on our bike. We pick the wheel up immediately because we know that's what we have to do. It's the law of the land. If you're on your bike and you're not wheeling, you're doing something wrong. Fun fact, you can get both bikes in this game. I just don't know exactly how to do it. It is time for us to face another Kecleon. Or so we thought, because we pull out the Devon Scope and it turns out it's a Kecleon, but it's a cowardly Kecleon. And he runs away. So I was thoroughly confused by this. I was expecting a battle. But we're going to continue into the gym anyway. And this is where I realize it connects. I see wind. I see blades. I talk to Old Man Jenkins. He tells me that it's flying type Pokemon. Now, if you guys have made it this far, hashtag commitment in the comment section below because I appreciate it so much. This is not the norm. This is not the way normal LPs are done. This was a rare instance in which I had to post-commentate this episode, or I skipped this episode entirely. And you guys saw, we met Steven, we got the Devon Scope, we got the Sceptile Light, we got our Mega Sceptile, we went and got Mallory back. We're going into the gym. I could not possibly skip this episode. So, I do apologize for the nature of it. but I really wanted to make sure. And now we... You smacked that bracelet, Shady! I don't even care that I'm in a flying type gym right now. I really don't. At this point, I just wanted to see SMAUG once, and there he is! Turns his back to you. I love it. I love SMAUG so much. We're gonna land a dual chop. Look at this damage! Goes for the double team. Are you kidding me, Swallow? Is this a joke? So, I decided to go for a quick attack. It connects, and is a higher accuracy than dual chop, so it was just what I wanted to do as 100% accuracy. So, we were able to break through that double team before anything got crazy. SMAUG gains 970 experience, and base grows to level 35, and a Skarmory comes in. And I figure this is a perfect time. I figure that it's a perfect time to see if Majin can hold his own against a Skarmory. Plus, Skarmory gives a good amount of experience, being a pretty high base stat Pokemon. That's usually what experience is based off of, your base stats. So, we're going to shoot for a Lava Plume, hoping we can get a burn so we don't have to take too much damage. The Feint already does 19 damage, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's almost 25% of our HP. Lava Plume is going to be a 2-hit KO. Unfortunately, we don't snag a burn, but I'm pretty confident at this point that Majin is going to be able to follow through with the KO. Swift is actually going to do more than Feint. He snags a crit, and that's why. And Lava Plume is going to be able to take this Skarmory out no problem. Down it goes, down it goes. You already know, down it goes. Majin's going to grow to level 30. I'm banking on the evolution here. I should just check when he evolves. Mallory grows to level 30 as well. She is right on par. Even though she's been sitting in the box, she must have been doing some training, because I did not expect that level up right there. At this point, I feel like my levels are pretty good. We see that the trainers have level 30s. We already have a level 37 Matang, a level 36 Smaug, a level 35 base, and then the rest are level 30s because they were either sitting in the box or added later on. I don't want to fight every trainer in this gym. Unfortunately, this little picnicker here, she is sassy. Kylie is sassy with her Swablu. Sassy Swablu, sassy picnicker. I'm not about sass. So I open up with Mallory here, and I'm like, yo, Thunderfang? Just kidding. Let's go for the bite. So I snag a bite, not even recognizing. Oh yeah, of course. Let's go for the Thunderfang. It's a 2-hit though, and we see Disarming Voice. And now, being a silly fool of a took, I go for the Thunderfang, and my opponent goes for another disarming. Goes for the Sing. I miss the Thunderfang, and my opponent lands a Sing. Where is the fairness? Where is the logic? Where is the justice? Where is the human decency? We stay asleep. My opponent gets another Disarming Voice off. I go for another Thunderfang. I stay asleep. My opponent goes for a Roost. A Roost! Fantastic! Could have just gone for a bite on that second turn and this battle would have been done. However, instead, I stay asleep 3 turns. Full sleep, 3 turns. And I take another Disarming Voice. Mallory is on the outs right now. We're gonna wake up, obviously, because we already had max sleep, land a Thunderfang. It's gonna do so much. And we snag a flinch, and now I realize, let's go back to the bite. It has 100% accuracy. We will KO this thing, no problem. Down the Swablu goes, the sassy Swablu and the sassy picnicker. Sassy Sally sat by the seashore while selling seashells. I have nothing to say. So we're gonna go ahead and continue through the little puzzle that is this gym. We have to push doors certain ways. We can't push them other ways. We have to go push that door to the right, go all the way around, head our way back down, up these stairs, and now we're really gonna try our best to avoid some trainers before getting to the gym leader. We figure out this puzzle. We gotta go down. There we go. So now we avoided this trainer by completing that puzzle. And even though I'm trying to avoid trainers, this guy doesn't turn when I want him to turn. So we're gonna have to battle another bird keeper, it looks like. This blue-gray hair just never gets old. Dodrio, Triforce. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't watched my battles where I use Triforce, Giga impacting Triforce, you're gonna wanna see those. Dodrio is straight power, and I know this, but I have Thunderfang. Mallory lives on 2, but I'm not allowed. I just got Mallory out of the box. I'm not trying to let Mallory die. So let's go ahead. We're gonna find some straight up Moo milk. Restores 100 HP. Absolutely fantastic. Mallory's gonna go all the way back up to full health, and I'm sure we're gonna have to take another pluck right here. Luckily, I'm not packing a berry. Otherwise, that thing would have gotten eaten by that bird. And I can go for another Thunderfang. But this Dodrio goes for acupressure and gets +2 evasiveness, and I miss my Thunderfang. And now I go for Bite, because I don't want to go for a Thunderfang when my opponent's evasiveness is up anyway. So I'm going to go for a Bite. It will connect, but will it kill? Absolutely not, because Triforce is straight power. Going to go for another Bite. Another Acupressure. Just wait on it. Wait on it. He gets his special defense rise. Thankfully, not evasiveness. Otherwise, I think we would have had to go into Based yet again and kind of finish things off. Based is such a good Pokemon to have for this. LP-wise, Based is power. Based is literally Based. So we're going to gain another level on our Ziggy. Defeat this Bird Keeper. And fortunately, we are at the point. We're at the point where we just got to do some puzzle. I love how he bangs on the thing. You can see he bangs on it. We can avoid that trainer completely. Bangs on it again because I'm a klutz. I'll bang one more time. There we go. Now we'll go down, go up. We'll be able to wait for this. Wait on it. Got it! Slide through. And we have made it to Wyona? I don't know how you pronounce this gym leader's name, but we're going to save and stop right here. I want to thank you guys so much for making it through this post-commentated episode. I know it must have been tough. It probably wasn't too enjoyable. So if you did, thank you so much. I love you guys. Specifically, all of you guys, whether you made it to this episode or not, it doesn't really matter because you're not hearing this message if you didn't make it through. But seriously, have yourselves a good day. But above all else, keep it shady.